Yo, what's up, guys? Been a while, I know. So full disclosure, real quick, just bear in mind, this is, as you can see, going to be a bit of a hefty video. It's going to be pretty long, so maybe just, keep this on in the background. Have it like a little podcast kind of thing. This isn't going to be a regular thing. This is just, I'm not going to make 10 videos on this. I'm just going to put it in one big video and you guys can go ham, right? Okay. So basically this is a story about why I temporarily quit YouTube, and like what was happening and the real reason. Okay, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I kinda lied. Like, oh no, drama. Yeah. So I kinda lied about why I left YouTube. It wasn't exactly a lie, I just left shit out. So, yes, work was full on, and yes, I just didn't have the time for it. I didn't feel motivated to do it at the time either. So it was kind of a mix of everything. So I didn't really lie, but I guess not telling the truth is a lie also. So this video is more so just clarifying up on that and telling you guys my future plan, on what I plan on doing with this, and new new things are going to happen. It's all happening. So let me just let me just start. Excuse my cough, I'm sorry. Yeah, so rewind back to my last video. Basically what was happening was that my girlfriend at the time, Christine, just behind the scenes, there was a lot of, it's really hard to talk about, there was a lot of mental abuse and physical abuse that was going on behind the scenes. Me and her put on a very big act, me just tolerating it and her just manipulating others to believe that she wouldn't do that kind of thing, and it was a very hard time because I knew deep down that it wasn't going to work, but me being the kind of person that I am, I don't quit on anything, and I always kept in my mind that I guess I could make it better and I could try to fix it. And that's not just me, like a lot of people do struggle with that whole, like, it'll get better, and it is a very common problem, and that's why I guess, and I'm not putting myself in the same situation as domestic violence sufferers, but that's what it was. I mean, but there are worse cases out there than what I had, but it still was pretty bad. Basically, what was going on was there was a lot of manipulation, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember and trying to find my words at the same time. It's very late when I'm recording this. There was a lot of manipulation and a lot of emotional blackmail that was going on by her on her part, and it all revolved around her getting attention and her wanting things and all this other stuff, and there was just a lot of lying and a lot of just manipulation, and it wasn't on. She would often just go behind my back and do things that I had asked her not to do, and which I'm not going to go into detail about because it's all just petty shit. But at the time, it meant a lot that she didn't, kind of thing, and that goes to say with all of this, like, the only incriminating thing I'm going to say is that she was being abusive, and that was out there before this video anyway. Like, everyone that was in our little group of friends knew about it at the time, so this isn't news to anyone. But yeah, so she was being very, very very controlling, and it just got to the point where I was so depressed with all of that shit, on top of, like, me not having enough money and her not having a job as well, and not putting in the effort to find a job, kind of thing. And it was causing a lot of problems, and there was a lot of pressure on me, only getting like $1,200 to $1,400 a fortnight, and living off of that in a $330 house a week, paying for Wi-Fi and electricity and food and stuff as well, and paying off my car, just having no money and wondering if I was going to manage this next paycheck, and it was very stressful having to deal with that on top of the abuse, and it was never easy. And I guess having gaming was my escape, which was great, but it became an issue when she started taking me playing games as a personal threat, or like as a I'd much rather play video games than spend time with you, kind of thing. Which at that point of me making that video, that kind of was the case. Like, I don't want to say that I resented her, but I didn't want to spend any time around her, kind of thing, because I just knew that it was going to end in a fight or an argument, like everything else did, and the fights and arguments were really bad. And it wasn't me getting aggressive because of retaliation or anything like that, but it was just out of sheer frustration. Like, the biggest thing was that I'd ask her not to do something, kind of thing, right? Like, for example, not hit me, and it'd always just be, I'm sorry. And the best way I can try to kind of explain it to you guys who might not have experienced this is like, imagine I walked up to you and punched you in the face, and I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry, like, I just don't know what came over me, like, I'm really, really sorry, please forgive me. And I look sincere and I act sincere, and you kind of believe me, but you're kind of speculating a little bit as well. That's kind of what it was like. But imagine that happening once a day. Like, every day I come up to you and say, hey, look at this. Bam! In the face. And then, every time apologizing for what looks like sincerely, and it just, it got to the point where it was happening so much that it's like, why do I have to keep dealing with this? Like, can you just not, like, sort your shit, kind of thing? And that's what I was dealing with at that time. And it was very, very hard. Very hard. And it was a very, very rough time for me. Um, and when so I made that video. When I made the video, I was so depressed that, yeah, I said that I was gonna do streaming and stuff like that, but I just didn't have the motivation. You know, I was working night shifts, and I would come home pretty much either crying or just so exhausted that I just wouldn't have the energy, emotional or mental, to even deal with having to sit down and record a video. And it became, YouTube became a chore at that point. Like, it was like, I want to do it, but I hate doing it, you know, because every time I did it, it would be like, oh, you're spending another like half an hour, you know, making and recording a video and a thumbnail. Oh, you could be spending that time with me in bed, rah rah rah. And it was just, it was just like, I don't want to have to deal with that as well as everything else, you know. And for a short time there, you know, I was taking her to work as well. So it was, you know, toward the end of our relationship, she ended up getting a job working at like a salad processing factory, right? So they like made pre-packaged salads, yeah. And she worked there for a bit, and the hardest part was that like I was still working night shift, and she was working early morning. And so for the longest time I was only getting like 3 to 4 hours sleep, you know, and that wasn't enough time for my body to cope. And it was really, really hard, and I was getting no respect out of that. And yeah, no, don't, like, I just feel like I'm kind of complaining. I'm not complaining, okay, because I'm glad I went through this, and I'll tell you why shortly. But you know, don't think that I'm complaining or anything, because I'm just opening up, and giving an explanation, because this has been on my mind for a while. I'm wanting to tell all of my subscribers about this experience that I've had. And, you know, it's been a rough ride. But I won't go on any more about that. You know, we broke up, and that was it. You know, there's no more of that story to really tell. So I'll tell you guys about everything else. Yeah. So there was so after that breakup, there was a very, very long process of finding myself, and depression as well, like really bad depression. I was semi-suicidal, and I had the means to do it. But I didn't. And I'm thankful, because life's too precious. You know, for anyone who is dealing with depression and watching this, you'll get through it. I understand everything that you're feeling. Okay, I've been there a million times. I know what it's like. But you'll get through it. You know, usually you'll find that it's because of your situation, or it's because something big has happened. You know, like, for example, breaking up with your partner or losing a family member. Okay, stuff like that, you will get through it. Yes, there is the whole, like, mental disability, you know, like chemical imbalance depression. That's a lot harder to deal with. And for those people, I truly, truly feel sorry for you. But for anyone else who's dealing with a depression as severe as what I dealt with, I truly sympathise, and I really hope that everything gets better. But the only advice I could give you is try to change your surroundings. Do something positive for yourself. Force yourself to go and do something positive. If you if you don't work mornings, and you don't have to wake up at 6 o'clock and get ready for work and be there by 9 o'clock, go do some exercise. Go for a walk. Listen to some fat beats. Just do something out of the norm that would make you distract yourself, basically. Even if it is for a little bit, and don't be afraid to go and see a doctor and take some antidepressants. I'm personally very against personally medicating, just because of what I dealt with when I was a child, and I'm not about to get into that. So I don't like taking tablets at all. Like, I don't even take pain tablets, just because of what I've dealt with, and I deal with like a lot of shit because of that, and it's fucked. But anyway, yeah. So don't be afraid to go and see a doctor if you are dealing with depression, and go sort your shit, because I can tell you right now, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than being depressed. It really does suck. But moving on, after that long depression streak, I was blessed, truly, because I have a new partner. I don't want to sound like it's a new. I don't want to sound like I'm talking about her like she's a new phone. But my current partner, it's got to be the most amazing thing that's ever happened to me. And it's hard to even put into words how important she is to me. She's changed my life so much for the better, and she motivates me constantly without even saying anything. She just makes me want, even being around her makes me want to become a better person for her. And it's amazing to think that I'm so lucky as to have her in my life. She does so much without doing anything, and it's absolutely amazing. But after I met her, we hit it off really well. It was really good. It was really weird. She messaged me first, which was really wild, and at the time, I feel really bad for this still. When she sent the first message, I was really busy helping my dad. He had to move house as well, and the house he moved into, one of the conditions of moving into said house was doing the ceiling paint and the walls on some of these. No, it was just the ceiling paint in some of these rooms, because they were like old and flaky and just falling apart, right? And yeah, he said, look, I'll do these walls if you guys like lower the rent and give us the first 2 weeks free for for doing the walls. And the real estate said, yeah, that's fine, rah, rah, rah. And so I was helping him do that. I was really busy doing all of that, and I just completely forgot that I was sent a message, and it was two or 3 days later. And I sent her a message. I said, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like I just saw your message, I've been really busy, rah rah rah. And she's like, oh no, that's okay. And I said, look, I feel really bad, like let's chat now. And this was at night. I think it was like 7ish. Just went dark. And she says like, "Oh, well, I mean, I'm pretty hungry. Let's go get dinner." And I was like, "Well, shit, I'm not gonna say no. Like, let's go." And yeah, we went and had Mexican on our first date. Sorry, I'm just dying. Give me a second. Sorry, I got a really dry throat. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we hit it off really well, and I made her laugh, and she made me laugh, and it was really good time. And I'm not crying. I'm just coughing. Um, shortly after we met, I had to move house, and yeah, like we kept talking, and we went on a couple dates here and there while I was moving in with Dad, and yeah, it was really good. And then after I moved in with Dad, I spent most of my time at Sylvie's house. Sylvie's my girlfriend. I spent most of my time at Sylvie's house and slept there, and yeah, we really connected. Really just fell in love with each other really quickly, and it was great. And you know, there's obviously a lot more to this story that I can't tell, because PG reasons. But yeah, it was good. And the house that me and Dad moved into, Sylvie ended up moving into for a while. So we stayed in that house for like a year, and then we just moved house now. I'm sitting in my new house right now. We have a 2-story house, and Dad. Sorry, I get the hiccups. Dad's living downstairs, and me and Sylvie live upstairs. So I've got my own area. I can walk around the house naked. I can do whatever the fuck I want. No one can stop me. Um, yeah, so it's I've definitely gone from being super depressed and unmotivated to being exceptionally happy and extremely motivated. And all it took was someone to just listen to me, and a change a change in scenery, and constant support, which unfortunately is really hard to get these days. But my main point is that if you can find someone who will listen to you, keep them very close. But at the same time, don't be one of those people like me and whinge about your problems but not try to fix it. Okay, people will be more inclined to help a person who's helping themselves. Okay, don't... A big thing of depression is that you'll sook about your situation but not do anything to try to change it. Okay, be that person to start changing your environment, and change what you do. Start eating a healthier breakfast. still dying. um, but yeah, you guys can expect a lot more from me. I'm not going to put too much effort into this video, like editing wise or thumbnail wise. This is just completely un YouTube channel related. This is all just my past year and what I've been doing. I've changed jobs, so I currently work as a cleaner for a shopping centre, which is a big jump, pay grade wise and like responsibility wise as well. You know, there's just a lot more that goes into doing what I do than meets the eye. Everyone thinks it's just cleaning toilets and shit like that, but it's not. It's really not. But yeah, yeah, life has been really good. Sorry, really good. This past couple months, and when I say couple months, I mean like past 7 months have been an incredible journey. Just living with Sylvie and Dad and learning how to become a better person as well. So yeah, do expect some stuff from me to come out soon. I've definitely got plans. If you noticed, there has been a name change to something a bit more professional, and there's definitely going to be more changes coming as well. I just need to sort that out. It is a work in progress. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys, because I can't imagine too many of you are going to sit here for 27 minutes, listen to me coughing and sputtering while telling a loosely told story about my past yearly events. So if you have listened to this far, you know, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. There's going to be a lot more content, a lot more funny videos. I'm going to try my best. You know, there's going to be a lot of IRL stuff. There's going to be a lot of, you know, just gaming stuff, reviews. We'll see where we go. It's going to be another journey. I'm going to rediscover my YouTube channel. It's going to be great. Probably. I mean, you might just end up with some weird guy coughing and sputtering into his mic for 27 minutes. But anyway, we'll soon find out. Alright, well, thank you guys for listening. Really, if you have made it this far. I know that I owe it to all of you to be a better YouTuber, and I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna actually do it. Not for the fame, not for the glory, but because I want to. You know, the biggest thing when I left was I was upset with myself because I didn't continue on with what I wanted to do, and felt unmotivated to do so. So there's going to be a lot more of it, trust me. But as for now, yeah, just I won't keep you waiting for a year, maybe 9 months, who knows. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and again, I really appreciate it. And yeah, everyone have a good night, and I'll see you later.